More on this mass shooting. We're joined today now by former King County Sheriff and Congressman Dave Reichert. Thanks so much for taking the time to talk to us today.
No, you're welcome.
Last night was, of course, a true tragedy right here in the heart of Seattle. Talk to us a little bit about what it takes to secure an area like the Space Needle Seattle Center that has so many ins and outs for a big event like the Bite of Seattle.
Right. It's very sad that we're living in the world that we're living in right now, where you have to take a look at how do we secure an outdoor venue like the Bite of Seattle. The Seafair is coming up. So what do? Fence the whole Seattle Center area off and have screening points and security points as people enter outside events now. I mean, we do that for all of our inside events. You could take almost every security event or effort that you could think of, including cameras and additional police officers and security posts and bag searches, but you're really only preventing law-abiding citizens from committing crimes when you do that. You've got people out there that want to do bad things, and I think that what we have to do is have an honest conversation about how we're raising our children and how we're teaching them the difference between right and wrong, responsibility, accountability, respect, all of those things, respect for law enforcement. We need to build a police department that's respected again. We need to build a prosecutor's office that's respected again. When people feel that there's no consequences for their actions, they're gonna do whatever they can get away with. And I think, so we need to have an honest conversation, but there are some things that we can do. I understand that some flock cameras that were supposed to be installed. They weren't installed, but police still have access, I think, to the vendors that were there may have had cameras up. Of course, a lot of people are filming this on their cell phones, so there'll be a lot of evidence collected with those opportunities.
And we heard from police twice today, but it took just shy of 5 hours for police and officials to address the media last night. Was Seattle too slow to tell the public what it knew at the time? And what is that right balance between speed and accuracy in a case like this?
Well, so I can talk to this from experience, obviously. You need to have a trust within your community. And to build that trust, you need to be open, you need to be honest, you need to be responsive. And when you have a major event like this with 3 people killed and others wounded, and suspects still at large, you need to be honest and say, you know what, there is still a danger. We have a multitude of police officers in the street. We have armed vehicles in the streets. We have helicopters up. And to come out and say there's no danger to the public when all that's going on is disingenuous and not being truthful and honest when you're still looking for suspects involved in the incident. Secondly, the mayor, I'm going to just be blunt, the mayor should not be making public statements regarding law enforcement. She has no experience in law enforcement. The police chief should be the spokesperson or the spokesperson for the police department, should be giving updates. That update should have been within an hour. And as they gain more information, they can give information to the public so that they can be calmed, so they can be reassured that police departments are working with each other, the government is working hand in hand, the elected officials with the police chief and the law enforcement agencies are all working together to create a safe place for their communities. And what I saw was total confusion, a lack of responsibility, and a lack of concern really for the safety of the community in general.
Let's talk about what's happening in the investigation right now. Police just told us that they're still looking for at least one person. From your experience, what does that look like? What are they likely doing right now?
Well, hopefully, and when I first heard this, I thought, this sounds like it could be gang related. And I do that based again on my experience. I have no inside knowledge. But it looks like that's where this investigation is headed from the sounds of it. So hopefully the Seattle Police Department still has a gang unit. They still have relationships with gang members in Seattle, King County, and Washington State. They're going to have access to, as I said before, cell phone footage, of numerous people. They're going to be asking for people who have that cell phone footage to come forward. Hopefully the vendors at the event also may have had their own cameras operating at the time, and they're going to be searching for that evidence. Hopefully they built these relationships within their community. People know who these actors were. They know who these suspects are, or the suspect who is still at large. They know who they are. Hopefully those people come forward and start to supply information for the police department to apprehend that individual too.
Yeah, Seattle police asking anyone who has information or video that could be helpful to contact their violent crimes tip line. Dave Reichert, thank you so much for joining us.
Yep, thank you for having me. Happy to help.
That brings us to our KOMO Pulse Poll this afternoon. Scan the QR code on screen to participate as we're asking, do gun violence incidents deter you from going to large events? You can see 71% of people responding to our poll say yes, 29% say no.